Okay, here we go again. This is a request for a shootout between the Yamaha YSS-62s. This came out in the very late 90s, late 70s, and discontinued in the early 90s. So this one is pretty good shape. As you can see, the Yamaha logo is still nice and clear. Usually that's all worn off, real nice engraving. They really tend to get messed up on the bell, people putting them down without a stand or in a terrible stand. So bell lip is really nice. I've seen them where they're just absolutely flattened out. But this one's pretty nice. Lacquer is really good. There's a sign of up in the top here. There's been some work on it and looks like a pretty good job. And looks like they did a pretty good job of doing the lacquer on it too. Another sign right here where the lacquer is just a little disturbed, where there was a dent taken out. So this one's been played. So probably the most ergonomic saxophone for its day, and still is now. It's very well copied by everybody else now. The palm keys, you can see they stick out almost, they look crazy. They stick out so far, but they fit right in the palm of your hand. I've got the old Mark 6, I've had the 6s, and they're all scrunched together, no front F on it. This has got a really nice front, comfortable front F where you can just rock right to it. Keyed all the way up to a high F sharp, which is nice. The very newest ones now come with a high G, which I think should be against the law. I mean, the F sharp is just too high. I don't even like playing up there. So this one is serial number 4937. So everybody says, got to have a 4-digit number, early purple logo, and this is the early one. So the difference is the C sharp is here. Later they moved it over here. And a lot of people prefer it there, and a lot of people prefer it there. So it's all just a matter of personal preference. So let me get this glare just a little bit better. So anyhow, the main thing, it's just got this bark that most sopranos don't have. I've got a lot of copies and a lot of Jupiters and Antiguas, but they just don't have that bark in the bottom end. Always tend to play too fast because it's just such a lightning action on it that you can just scream on it. So it's hard to slow down on it. But plays real nice. The lower pads look like the low B flat and low B natural have been replaced. Looks like the palm keys might have been replaced. The ones down the front are still in really good shape. On the soprano, the water basically runs right down the bottom. So the pads tend to last quite a while. Plus, they only get played like 5% of the time compared to most people on their alto and their tenor. So again, very nice, versatile instrument. Any style of music you're going to play, from Sidney Bechet up to up to Kenny G or whatever. So and it's much warmer sounding. I've had the 475s, and plays. I mean, the key work is exactly the same between the 62 and the 475, but the sound difference. This has got the big, heavy rib construction on it. It's a little heavier, but better built. And a completely different metal. This is a annealed, higher quality brass, and it just has more of a richer tone. The soprano tends to be real squawky, and this is one of the better sounds. If you go listen to like George Young or some of the great players playing on the 62 soprano, you'll just hear they just sound wonderful. Mr. Rousseau is probably got these guys going on this. They actually offered it as a 62R with a curved neck, about 15 degrees, and Eugene Rousseau said, "Oh, I love it, but I want a curved neck on it." And so they redesigned the whole octave key work. Those go for almost $1,000 more than the standard 62s, which are so rare. The last one I think I sold for $4,000 for a curved neck, and that was 5-6 years ago. So they're probably more than that now. I never see them for sale. A couple of friends of mine, that do the Stanford Jazz and stuff have the 62 Rs, and they're very, very sought after, even more than the 62s, but quite a bit more expensive, and you know, for another like 15 degrees of angle. So anyhow. So you can sub right down to the B flat. Of course, I sound terrible up there. That's not the horn. I play a too soft a reed to play up there. So anyhow, let's see if we can, with a little help of Mr. Band Box here. So anyhow, of course, the old, I think Coltrane just sounded terrible on that, personally. He just got a Selmer soprano, and I don't know, wonderful on tenor, but the sopranos, I mean, wonderful playing, but not my favorite sound. Favorite's probably, what's his name? Grover Washington. Probably one of my favorite soprano sounds, and any of the classical guys sound wonderful on it. So anyhow, this is the number 4937. Plays real nice. Comes in a just a generic wooden case. Nice, substantial, very compact wood case. Great shape, just generic. So, on to the next one. This one is a later one. It's number 11185. 11185. So this is probably on the later end of it. And if you notice now, the C sharps down here on the west of the bell keys in line with the rest of them. Good or bad, it's up to the per player. Everything else is exactly the same. Pads are in great shape. I mean, the bottom ones look like brand new. Just a little bit of scratching above the scrap hook where somebody probably left it on, or reaching for it. The next section is very, very clean. No dents up here. Bell section, again, it's usually all just at least roughed up down there, and this one's very, very clean. And again, no damage to the bell lip like on most of them. So anyhow, yeah, it's just some light scratches up and down the back, but not too bad. So again, number 1185, and almost every time for me to be in tune, I'm right at the end of the cork. Seems like all my Yamahas, my tenor, my Barry, I'm right at the very end of the mouthpiece. So this one's got a little bit more of a bark to it, and it just plays, the action is just wonderful on it. Got to get that. C sharp working. Again, subtones right down to the bottom, real nice. So let's just do one more through this, and we'll try to get this wrapped up. So, of course, I like this a little better. Cosmetically, it's nicer. It just plays a little bit easier. The other one plays great, but this one, I don't know, it just seems to play a little easier for me. Great cosmetic condition, great physical condition. Pads are in great shape. It comes with a, shut up. Comes with a brand new 82Z case. Since you can't buy the 62 case anymore, somebody spent probably almost $200 on a brand new custom series, still got the plastic on the handle, just like brand new, got the case keys, of course fixed it absolutely perfect. This is kind of a resurrection of the 62, still got the case strap, so again, brand new case, probably at least $200 for the case, and that goes with that one. Of course, this one's a little more expensive, but I think it's well worth the money difference. So that's it. Going to wrap it up. Trying to keep it close and keep it short and to the point. That's it, basically. Thanks. Bye now. Happy trails.